Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video. And today, I don't know, we're probably going to do some complaining. You know, you guys love that when I just complain in a video. So we're going to do that, probably. So what we're looking at here is some Mattel Creations Matchbox, okay? I would have never bought these for the original price that these were going for, but when Mattel Creations had a sale, like a Black Friday, Cyber whatever week thing, whatever kind of sales. Seems like Black Friday is now you know, a week-long event of sales or whatever. Anyway, these were cheap. And then I decided to go ahead. You know what? I'll get a few of them. They were selling them for like, I want to say there was like $8 a piece or something like that. It was something, $12, something like that. It was low. These originally were like almost RLC car prices, and I just don't think that they're worth it for that price. But for the cheaper price, I was like, well, let me get them, and then we'll do a video on them, and I'll decide whether or not I'm just going to put them away, what I'm going to do with them. I don't really know because, well, because let's just get into it, and I will show you, I guess, what I'm talking about with these. First of all, the packaging. The packaging on these Matchbox Mattel Creations pieces are obnoxiously large. Does not need to be this big. Like there's no reason for it. This is the big acrylic case that you would get with like a kind of more important, I guess, or a premium Hot Wheels RLC case. So like something like this Championdjk Jesko, okay? So that comes in this big acrylic in this big size case from Hot Wheels, of course, another Mattel Creations thing. So that's what you get with these Matchbox Mattel Creations pieces, or Matchbox collectors. I don't know what the technical thing is. And you get that for these, and I just think it's so obnoxiously big. That is one turnoff for me purchasing these, is how absolutely large the box is. Like, it just doesn't need to be that big, in my opinion. Now, some of you guys may disagree, and that's okay. But it's obvious that these things didn't, like, sell super well, considering the fact that they went on sale for such a low price, and they didn't sell out, right? They might even, all of these might be still available, for all I know, on the Mattel Creations website. So if you do want any of these, and I don't know what the price is on them right now, or by the time you watch this video, what the price is going to be on them. But I would recommend you checking them out, you know, if you're interested, and see what the price is now, and see if there's still that inexpensive sale price. So we got to take out all the packaging, and just like a lot of packaging for these, like a lot of care in these. And I guess now that I'm looking at the base, okay, this is kind of cool. I didn't realize that. Alright, so maybe I'm going to eat my words a little bit. I don't know, because this does look pretty nice with that terrain on the package. Kind of weird they didn't do anything, no plastic insert on this to keep that hood from opening and closing on itself in transit. So here's your presentation with it, with the plastic off. Okay, it does look pretty good. I can see you're spending some extra money on the way that the base looks on this thing. So if you, this is a cool little display piece. I'll admit it. But we need to take it out and just take a look at the casting. So now the casting is nothing super special. This casting has shown up in moving parts. However, I think this one now has a metal base for this release. Am I going to end up really liking these? I'm like starting to get that feeling. Now, for the $12 or whatever it was cheap. I'm pretty sure it was $12 each, something like that. I'm going to think they're a lot more worth it. Now, I will tell you, I thought it might have had a metal base when I was lifting up it with the base on it. The base is actually quite heavy because of this extra plastic that's used in it. The casting itself actually has a plastic base. So if that is a deal breaker for you, and it might be when you're paying a premium, you're not gonna like that. Paint-wise, looks really good. It does have the standard Hot Wheels premium style graphic methodology, which honestly is a little irritating for something that's a Mattel Creations piece. I don't think they should be using that dot matrixy printing style on these pieces. Now, does it look really nice? It does look pretty darn nice. So this casting's been in moving parts, I believe, exactly the same as it is. Just, you know, in moving parts, it would have plastic wheels as well. You do get to engine detail, and again, it's that kind of fuzzy print kind of thing. National parks, popular livery or graphic for Matchbox. There are people that collect the National Parks models from Matchbox and like them. And then there are some, I believe, some rare ones. I'm not really up on that collection because I'm not one of those people that collect those, but pretty cool. Pretty neat, actually. This does look pretty nice. I mean, just not for what they were originally cost, which I think was like $25 plus shipping, something like that is what I believe they were. And again, I just didn't really pay too much attention because I knew that there was no way. I always forget which way is front with this. Whatever, we'll figure it out by looking at another one. But yeah, so it's nice. It's okay. Not, again, the dot matrix printing thing, that's one thing bad about it. The packaging, I'm not a fan of either. Let's go ahead and look at the 1979 Chevy Blazer. And the fact that these toolings are not like specific to this Mattel Creations line. They're kind of dolled up, either moving parts castings or mainline castings. So nothing too crazy special about them. So again, we got to get off all this extra packaging. This one doesn't have the little film on the inside. So it does, however, have like a painted base that looks, you know, different than just having a standard black base, which I guess is cool. I'm trying to think of how this one went now. If this was this way or that way. I guess I have to figure that out by watching the video back. I think it was like that. These are going to end up back on their bases. That's why I guess I'm paying attention now. So yeah, it looks nice, I guess. I don't know. Chevy Blazer. There's some writing here about the casting history. So 2023 first edition. So this has come out in, I believe, both the collector line and moving parts. And now we get it here. And I mean, that door is ugly. The wheels are really nice. The wheels look cool. Digging those. Let's pull it off the base. Roll it around a little bit. And set that over there. Take a look at this guy. So I love the color combo. It looks really cool. Color combo looks good. Again, we got a plastic base, rubber tires. We've got opening doors. And honestly, the opening doors are what really deter this from being cool, to be honest with you, because of this big gap around the outside. And I've complained about this in some other videos with some of the Matchbox moving parts castings, and some people got really upset about it, saying they're a toy and blah, blah, blah. Well, this isn't. This is a Mattel Creations piece. It's legitimately aimed at more of an adult collector. So you expect the execution to be better. Yeah, and I know it's the same casting, right? Like, it looks nice. Like, it would be really nice, and I'd be really excited about it if it didn't have the opening doors. I would say still with a plastic base and stuff like that, even though I don't generally care too much about having plastic versus metal, it's not going to be something I would like jump at for the price they were asking for it initially. And again, I think a lot of people agreed with me, and that would be why these things did not sell out. All right. This one's cooler. It's just got the opening hood. This one would be cooler if it had closed doors and no giant gap. All right, I saved what I thought was going to be the better are the ones that I would like better anyway for last. So we've got this Datsun 510 Rally. And like, if you're Mattel and you're making a Datsun 510 and it doesn't sell out, like, you know you did something wrong, right? Am I off in saying that, or am I on in saying that? I would say that if it didn't sell out, you know something is not right, whether it's with the price or the style. Man, and this actually looks really, really cool in person. That shiny orange, I didn't think it was going to look that cool. It looks actually really cool. And again, the base is textured. So this is actually really nice. So it's kind of sad that it didn't get the attention, you know, maybe it deserved. And again, I think a lot of the deterrent, though, is the price that they were asking for these. They're really proud of these. So let me, ooh, this case is actually a pain to open. Some of these, I don't know if it's just like how the little tabs. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't break it. I didn't break it. There it is. Put the acrylic top. So that's cool. It does look cool, right? Man, you know, if they just went the extra step, put a metal base on these things, stayed away from the dot matrix-y print jobs, stayed away from castings that have opening doors that aren't specifically made for this line, and, you know, they could really sell more of them, probably. That's just my opinion, of course, and I don't work for Mattel. You know, maybe I should. In some sort of direction. Well, I don't know. Who knows? So again, dot matrix printing. It looks really good, though, from this distance. It looks actually quite sharp. From this distance, not a problem. Looks pretty darn good. I really like the Spectraflame paint that they used for the orange. I think that's a really neat thing. I like this Datsun 510 Rally casting. I think it's kind of cool. So, it's nice. This is a cool one. I like it. And again, I wouldn't have bought it for the price they were asking. But when they were selling it cheap, I'm like, I'll get it. Why not? Let me get it. Let me check it out. Packaging, I still think is too big. Could you do like this effect on this and have it look good with the standard size acrylic? I don't know, maybe. It's not like this is like diorama worthy where you're going to take a picture of it and it's going to really look like it's immersed in a scene. So, I don't know. Pretty nice Matchbox, though. I gotta say, these two look pretty good. This one doesn't have any opening parts, so bonus on that, we don't have to deal with any weird gaps, which is A-okay with me. So that's a nice one. Digging that one. And then lastly, we got our 1996 Audi A4 Super Touring. And this one, we have kind of an iconic German like touring car, I think livery is what it is on this particular car. And they actually did put it on a racetrack, which is also cool. Here's the bottom of the package. Is there anything cool in the back here? Yeah, there is some. So they did put like some text back here. 90s were prime time for automotive racing, especially with the creation of extremely competitive super touring. European-based racing circuit established new criteria, blah, 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 blah. So, and I don't know how accurate that is. As far as like, is this livery accurate? Is the car accurate? I'm not in a position to tell you yes or no. But let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at the car. There it is. We got a pile of junk here. And let's get this thing off the base. I think this is the newest of these four. pretty sure. Another argument you may find against Matchbox is the wheels. Like, some of them look a little cheapy, and I would put this wheel in that category. This one actually has a metal base, though, so that is a nice upgrade. It's got a metal base. Tampos actually look pretty darn good. Like, pretty sharp for that dot matrix kind of deal. And I think only some of them are dot matrix and some of them are a different method. So someone that really knows this car, or what this car is supposed to be, comment, you know, how accurate is it? It's a four-door. That doesn't seem right. But what do I know? It's a nice one. I think this one's really cool. It's very cool. I would say not cool enough to pay the super premium price. And I think that's the overall theme of this video. And they're cheaper than like this kind of thing, but you're paying close. And I think these are honestly too expensive too. But you're paying, you know, if you would have bought these things right when they came out, you'd be paying quite a bit more than what I think you should be, or what these things should be priced at to sell. It's my opinion. Feel free to formulate your own, and feel free to disagree with what I'm saying, but I think the sales probably speak for themselves, and the fact that these did not sell out instantly like some RLC pieces would, meaning they're not as desirable. You're going to have to price them a little bit lower to move them. And obviously, them being marked down quite significantly, that's what they did. And like I said, I don't know what's all still available on Mattel Creations website. You'll have to check it out and see if you're interested in any of these pieces. These are definitely the two coolest. I might actually say this Audi is the coolest one. It seems like the most premium and put together one. Part of that might be the weight of it, being it has a metal base and all that jazz. That's definitely going to be a factor, but I think it looks really nice. I mean, all these models look pretty darn good. The only thing I could really say looks ugly is the door on this Blazer, but the other ones look pretty put together and pretty darn good. I just think the pricing was off on them, and that's why they didn't sell. So you guys let me know in the comments down below what you think of this whole line. The packaging, my two things: the packaging is obnoxious and the price is too high. That would be my two main complaints. If they fix that, I think they will sell a lot better. You know, maybe not everybody's going to agree with the packaging part of it, but I think you all agree on the price. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a great day, and we'll see you in the next one.